You're in for a real treat.
Hang on to them hats and glasses, because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Mickey pretzel, Mickey ice cream bar, or an ice cream sandwich.
Oh, this is so easy. This is so easy. Mickey ice cream bar. We're gonna love them. We're gonna like the Mickey pretzel, and we're gonna leave the ice cream sandwich. I can't even understand the ice cream sandwich.
Gets his stuff and gets ready to leave, and I was like, "You leaving?" And he said that's when he was like, "Okay."
Yeah. So.
But. So why'd you pull over then?
I was probably more scared than anything. Pull over. I don't know if this guy's crazy.
The Poly, Grand Floridian, and Contemporary.
I would buy a Wookiee cookie before I would buy an ice cream sandwich in Disney. I'm just saying.
Chose the music they chose, and that's why that they laid this life out, you know, from birth to death in the show. It's actually much more to it than I think a lot of people realize until we really start to see it more.
I'm going to skip out because I do have to do my football show where I will be picking the Patriots to lose this week. By the way, go Raven, out!
I'll talk to him later. Pete is great. Love Pete.
Love is good in the house. Sometimes we would have 30.
You had the house to hang out at.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Stevens.
What's up, guys? Well, let's go live on YouTube. People might like to see that. Believe it or not, that first night we got 1,000 people watching. I don't.
Year after year.
You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Hello and welcome, everyone. It's the DIZPods, and they're on its very own little channel at the DIZPod. That's how you find us. I actually forgot to post something over at Living in Diz, so I might have to go sneak that in there. So
it's a good thing I didn't forget.
Oh, good. We've got each other's backs, people. We've got each other's backs. That's what happens here. You know, Roy always had Walt's back. So, I'm not saying that.
That's right.
We're Walt Roy, but we want to welcome everyone who's listening. Yeah, who's listening live, watching live. We do this live because we do it for you. And if you don't have the chance to do that, we make it real simple for you. You can check us out over at Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and iHeartRadio. Right? Still correct? Excellent.
Yes. Yep.
Excellent. So we are recording this here on September the 16th, 2025. And we decided to go with some nice Main Street ambiance. Let us know in the comments here on YouTube if you like the background music, because it's quite nice. So, I mean, you listen. You and I, we know we listen to music loops. So I'm going to ask you, what is your top 3 most listened right now, and then give me your top of all time, you think. And these are music loops that have to be on YouTube. And anyone watching can let us know. And you can also comment below if you're listening or watching later.
Yes, please do. Okay, so right now, Starlight, Epcot entrance, and number 3 is going to be Tomorrowland.
Ooh, there's always that one that's in the background a little bit. You start testing the waters there because you want to mix it up a little bit. Then you start to go, okay, all right.
Yeah.
The one I did that for is I'm listening, and if you want this one, this is a great version of this. I discovered the World Showcase, and I think it's long. I mean, it takes you from Mexico all the way through to Canada, and it takes a while. I don't even know how long it is. It's well over an hour, I think.
Yeah.
Like I can share that with you if you want. That one is kind of the one I've been kind of working in. When I'm like, okay, let's break up the monotony a little bit.
Okay.
So there's that one. That's kind of my newest one. You know what has to be my most played of all time at this point is the Epcot entrance music, but it's the short one. What is it? 2021
There is a
to
short one.
2023?
That's right.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that one so much. I just find myself playing that a lot, and I play that one a lot in the morning when it's like 6 a.m. and I'm in the shower. I'm trying to wake up. There's a lot of energetic pieces to that. Yeah, it just gets me pumped for the day. And of course, I guess I have to say Epcot, the Epcot entrance music that you're currently listening to too. That one's up there really high too. But probably number 3. Well, yeah, those are it. I asked you for 3, but my other 2 that I hit up a lot is Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
Whether it's Sunset
the
Boulevard.
Entrance. Oh, both.
Yeah.
Both. Yeah.
Both. I recently stumbled across the lake over there. There's lake music too.
Yep. They have good Christmas music. That Christmas loop is good.
Remind me to pull that out if I don't do that at Christmas time. But the one you listen to right now is it's gold as well. So it's like my top 5. It's all 4 parks, but Epcot gets the edge a little bit. But I love this right here. This background music right here reminds me of ending the night.
Yes.
And you just coming down Main Street and reflecting on your day.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly right. I mean, I hear that and it just puts you right on that. You know, you've probably got a Starbucks in your hand and you're wrapping up and, you just think about, what did we do? Did we get everything done that we wanted to? Did we miss out on something? Are you laughing about something crazy that happened? And, it's a great way to wrap up the day. One of the other loops that I listen to a lot, but it's not in my current top 3, but probably my all-time top 3, is Disney Springs, where it's the remixes of the Disney music.
That is one that I touch on, but I haven't found time to put that one in as much as the other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for the reminder of that too. I'll have to work that one in a little bit more often because that one's great too. It's unique.
Yes, it is.
They're all unique.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. None are like the others. And of course,
Theme Park Giant's been doing Space Mountain a lot recently. So he does Tron and then he goes right over because he has his chest mount on. So he just keeps it on and goes right into space. And that music there is pretty good too. The cue music for space is really good.
There's no doubt that Disney does an amazing job on all of this music. The other one, the real classic, the one that means most to me though, is Innovations. Have you heard the Invention soundtrack?
Listened to it recently because I didn't. I mean, Inventions wasn't there by the time we all started going.
Okay.
So the last time I would have heard Inventions in person would have been 2001. So I had to listen to it again.
Yeah. So, we talk about core memories and things like that. There's so many core memories there for us when we visited as a family on vacation. And then once we were here, if anybody goes as far back as when we were just a vlogging channel, I used to stop all the time. And I include it in vlogs a lot, I feel like, where you stop it where the music's playing in the speakers in the grass. And when they hit the certain pieces of music that are just my favorite of all time, we stop and we pay attention. I'll be like, listen to this, everyone. Listen. So thank you, everyone, for being here once again. If you are here looking for ways to do Disney on a budget, you have found the Park Bros right here. A couple guys talking Disney who are going to help you out with that. So, yeah, can't wait to share that with you. So I'm ready if you're ready.
Yeah. So, we know that there's so many people out there that go, I'm not going to Disney. It's too expensive. I can't afford it. And I'm not saying it's not an expensive trip. Understand that Walt Disney Resort is just it's an expensive trip, but you can maximize it and really get out of it what you should. I thought about this topic because I had a friend reach out to me a while back, wanted to take her son to Disney and wanted to stay under 5,000. And I'm like, oh, I can help you there. We got this. And I planned it out. She ended up not going because she had heard that All-Star Music, or the All-Star Resorts altogether, was not a good hotel. I'm like, I can promise you, as many times as I go there, it is a great place to stay. And Roderick, who just stayed on property for the first time, can tell you the same thing in chat. And anybody else can chime in with, what's your favorite resort to stay in? Do you stay at the Value? Do you stay at the Deluxe? Do you stay somewhere in between? So that's kind of what we're going to discuss today.
Hey, coming from someone who has stayed at just about every place on property, from the Grand Flow to the All-Stars, I still love the All-Stars, and I tried really hard to convince Tammy to stay there this summer with a really good deal that we had, and I practically begged, but she just didn't want to stay. She just didn't want to stay on property at that time. So, I love it, and that's core memories for us too. It's just a great spot. I love it. I would never balk at it, and I would stay there again.
Yeah. So let me bring up some info here.
How to do Disney on a budget.
So, my music stopped. So this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how to do Disney on a budget, and here's, So here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about travel, right? How to get there, apparel, and other things that you need to make sure that you pack, ticket prices, resorts, food, and souvenirs. And if there's anything that I'm missing, you keep adding to that.
You freaked me out. Yeah, you freaked me out on that slide. I'm like, where's that on Main Street? Because I'm listening to Main Street. It's the Rose and Crown.
That's the Rose and Crown. Because it's what's on tap, Rose and Crown.
Okay now. I'm a little slow on the uptake, and I always do an Irish accent with the Rose and Crown.
So, what to pack. So when we think about, the trip that's coming up, one of the things that we always do, we have a tote with all of our Disney stuff in it. We go fairly often compared to a lot of families, and so we have to stay prepared. And so we have like Finley's headphones and bubble wand, a couple magic bands are in there, a couple external batteries are in there, things like that. So you got to make sure to pack that stuff. And the reason I say that is, if you get to Disney and you don't have an external battery, what are you going to do? You're either going to order one at Amazon, you're going to have to drive over to Walmart, or you're going to have to use the fuel rods, right? So it's just inconvenient. So make sure to pack that stuff because not only is it inconvenient, but it could cost you more money. I mean, why buy an extra external battery when you have one already?
Exactly. I can touch on that. I just think the fuel rods are the biggest waste of money. I can't even think of a way to justify that. I mean, I would say the only way I can justify using one of those is something like that, right? Oh my gosh, I forgot my battery, or my battery's dead. I have no way to charge it. I need a fuel rod. Okay. But there's easy ways to be prepared for that. I run around with a brand that is, I bet most people listening have never even heard of it. And it's a nice little brick. It keeps our streams alive on a Saturday. And I come back and it's like 60% left of battery life.
Yeah.
Like it's a monster. It's a monster, and I don't even know if I paid more than $50. So invest in that, and you're good to go. You're good to go for your trip. Plug it in at night, every other night, and you are good. So that's a good way to save money on that kind of stuff. And I mean, if we're on electronics, right? Everybody has electronics, right? I'm in charge of kind of the kids are getting a little bit older now, so maybe not as much, but it's still my job to gather all the wires, double check, triple check everyone's electronics, make sure everyone's able to plug in when we get to the resort at night. So, and what I found too, I learned this from my cruise, is they only accept, well, you can't use extension cords for cruises. Did you know that?
I did not know that. That's good to know.
Remind me, I will send you a link to what I bought, and it's perfect.
Okay.
It's basically a nice square outlet with multiple inputs, your standard plugs plus your USB-Cs, USBs.
Okay.
It's great. I think I bought a 2-pack, and it was, I don't even know if it was $15 for a 2-pack. And now I use them around the house. But those, I pull them out of the walls in the house when we eat, even if we just go to Disney and stay on property for a night, we take those, and it's such an easy plug-in. It's not like you're using every outlet in your room. You know, the two beside the bed, the one in the wherever, you know, Disney sticks them everywhere. They're not all over the place. They're on top of the main dresser, and everyone's plugged in. So easy tips right there for affordability, for power.
Yeah, definitely do that. Make sure you have your, this isn't a money saving tip, but make sure that you have good cables, you know, the high speed cables, because that makes a difference, especially when, you know, these are two of the top devices on the market right now. Well, I say now, and Apple just came out with their new phone. But you know, when you have that high speed device now, and not all of you are going to be live streaming like Corey and I and the rest of the Disney Streamer Network, but we certainly need to charge quickly, especially in the heat, like he's out there. You know, in the summertime. The phones take a lot of charging because because of the heat that they're seeing. So that's why you have a Gimbrella. But make sure to have good cables.
Yeah, and it is true. Just a side note, you know, I was thinking, you know, we stopped to eat at Cosmic Rays the other night, and I had just plugged in minutes ago, I feel like, and I looked over and I went from like 34%. It was already up in the 50s, and I was like, I made a comment. I go, it was a beautiful night. It was breezy. It was cool. It was perfect. So not a lot of heat, and that's why the phone was charging so fast.
Right,
that makes a big difference. As we move into fall and winter now, it's going to be a lot quicker to charge.
Yeah. So. Make sure to check the weather for the entire state. And I understand that it is Florida. And a couple weeks ago, it said rain every day for a couple weeks, really. And in the Facebook groups that I'm in, everybody was going crazy. Should I cancel my trip? What do I do? And I'm like, go. It's Florida. It's summertime. That forecast is going to say rain. And it hardly ever rained. In fact, it said it for the last weekend that we were there, rain every day. And I was getting worried because that was Catherine and Finley's first time to see the parade. And it didn't rain at all. Actually, I take that back. It did rain for a couple hours late morning one day. So we just stayed in the resort until the rain passed. And then we went and we didn't get any rain on us at all. So make sure to check the weather. Prepare, wear water resistant shoes if you have them, or Crocs, or what do you wear, Corey?
So I do have Crocs, and I started doing that because we were at Animal Kingdom a few years back, and we were going through one of the gift shops at the end of the night, and they had brown Mickey ones with a mesh top to them, and I really liked them. So I bought them, and I ended up liking them. I bought a second pair when I ran through those, and then I went on Amazon and bought a black pair. So I use those sometimes still, but I also bought it's a very expensive pair of shoes, but I got a good deal on them. Salomons, I think they're called, but
Mhm.
they're Gore-Tex and 1,000% waterproof. I think I could dip my foot in the pool and it wouldn't even get wet. But of course, it can all, when you're walking and you flip up water, it
Oh,
all,
yeah.
if you get on your legs, then that's how it kind of can seep in a little bit there.
Yeah.
But they're very much waterproof. Yeah, so that's what I wear, and this is how I gauge it. I mean, you're talking about, and I've heard people do this too. They look at they're excited about their trip, but it is Florida, and they look at the weather ahead of time, and they freak out because there's always rain in the forecast for Florida.
Yep.
And I'll say this about it, and maybe you won't freak out anymore. Have no expectations besides the time of year and what the temperature is expected to be. Pay more attention to the temperature, which is going to be a lot more accurate than the weather. I'm going to take you back to any Saturdays that we do. Our process, we're getting ready, and just about before we're about to head out the door, Tammy will say, "What's the weather like?" And I check. And if I see anything that is under 30%, 30% is the mark where I will say, especially in the summer, I'm gonna bring umbrellas, because to me that 30% mark is, it's probably more likely to rain than it's not.
Mhm.
Anything lower, like this Saturday, there were a lot of single digits percentages. So we took the umbrellas to the park, with us in the car. But when we parked, we observed the skies, looked at the time of day, and we were like, nah, we're good. So we took a chance. We just left them in the car. So we talk about time of year, right? As we get into the fall and definitely winter. Oh, did you lose me?
No.
I'm not sure if you lost me.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. Okay. As you get into the late fall, winter months, it doesn't rain anymore. So there's that too. So anyway, my thing is, don't pay attention to the weather in terms of
precipitation.
Rain.
Yeah.
Precipitation. I was gonna say perspiration. I had to stop for a second. Perspiration happens too. Those people you have to watch out for.
Yes.
But yeah, it's too unpredictable. So my point was, it's even unpredictable when I live an hour from the park and we're heading there.
Right.
I can get an idea sometimes if the range is very, very low or very, very high. But even that's unpredictable, because the other day it was like 100% for a few hours, and I took everything. Rain shoes, umbrellas, and it didn't rain a drop. So just come prepared. Bring a backpack that's big enough to carry an umbrella for yourself, and wear shoes that you don't mind getting wet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and again, if you're there, bring 2 different types of shoes. Bring some Tevas or something, some sandals that are comfortable, that if they get wet, big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And you can bring some sneakers and sometimes, you might get caught off guard. You might. We get caught off guard sometimes too. But ultimately bring some sneakers too. And if the percentage is, if it's summertime, it's usually going to rain at some point.
Right.
So just be prepared for that. If it's summer, you almost want to exclusively just wear sandals, I think. There's just so much to say about that.
And the rain there, it's Florida. It could be an absolute monsoon where people are posting on TikTok and all that, boats floating down Main Street. That kind of stuff does happen, but it is rare. But rain is not rare in Florida. Be prepared. Some people are like, well, it's hurricane season. I should cancel my trip. Well, you already made the trip, number one. Number two, hurricane season for Florida is like June till November. When are you going to go? If that's the time that you can go. Just make the most of it.
And while every year is different, we haven't even had, knock on wood, we haven't even had a threat this year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And here we are in September. So.
Yeah.
Just think about that. Purchase clothes before the trip. So I say that because I'm wearing this nice Mickey shirt that I bought at Kohl's before one of our trips. Kohl's, Five Below, Amazon. You don't have to get button-down shirts like I do. You can find plenty of Mickey t-shirts there. Target, a lot of these stores out there, even Walmart, here locally will have some, but the Walmart the two Walmarts that are over by Disney, the Disney section of those Walmarts is like a Walmart in itself up here. It's absolutely massive. So you can find stuff without having to go and shop in the Emporium. I mean, that Walmart down there sells ears. I think it was Sam's Club or Costco, I can't remember. One of the warehouses sells packs of ears, and they're like $40 for like eight packs of ears or something like that. So you can find that stuff without having to get it in the parks and save a ton of money. This next one, pack snacks or your favorite foods. You're allowed to bring food into the parks. You can take anything except for glass bottles and loose ice. So it has to be packed or in an ice pack or something like that. But you can take all the food and snacks that you want into the parks. We don't pack our lunches and stuff like that, but we do take plenty of snacks, Cheez-Its and Goldfish for Finley and stuff like that. But I know that Corey and the family used to pack their lunches.
We did. When we first came, we couldn't really spare eating, dinner at Disney every Saturday. So the way to do it and save money was I got a really nice backpack. That was a cooler backpack. And we would pack 2 drinks per family member. So that's 8 drinks I was carrying back there. Gets quite heavy. And we'd stop at Publix or Subway and get some subs. And that would be dinner. And Tammy would carry a backpack that was stocked full of snacks. So we were good to go the entire afternoon and evening at Disney. And we had our spots too. Every park we had our spots where we would sit and we would eat dinner. And I always look up at the Pinocchio Village House because there's a cool little balcony up there that faces the carousel. And I even said to Jake the other night again, I said, good memories up there. And he's like, yeah, and you never forget where you came from. No. So yeah, no. And I think a lot of people don't realize that you can bring those types of things in to Disney.
Yep.
So even if you're on vacation and you just wanted to say, even if you're like, hey, we want to eat dinner, every night at a park, awesome. But if you want to save a little bit and bring some subs or something for lunch, it's a good way to do it.
Yeah. We talked about the heat. Buy fans, neck fans, cooling towels, whatever you need to keep yourself comfortable in the heat. Again, check the weather. Don't take a fan in November and December. Probably not needed then. But if you go into July and August, you might want to take a fan. Or a cooling towel, whatever's going to keep you cool. Wear moisture wicking shirts and shorts and stuff like that, because the heat is a factor. There's no question about it. We have done. Wasn't it the first episode of the podcast that we did how to beat the heat?
Yeah.
And so you got to be prepared for that, and don't let it become too much of a factor. We had one incident with Finley where she got overheated, and we had to go to first aid to cool her down. And so after that point, we knew, okay, we've got to do everything right to keep her comfortable if we're going in the summertime. So.
And it's easy to say drink plenty of water, which was a tip we had before too. I feel like, and I don't know if it's more this year than in the past, but it was a very, very hot summer. And I felt like I saw more people being brought out on stretchers or sitting on the ground half dead because of most likely heat exhaustion or dehydration. So not only is it important to drink that water, but just invest in a pack of electrolytes to add to your water, because what that'll do is even if you fail to drink as much water because you're busy, you're having fun, you're not thinking of it, at least getting those electrolytes in is going to carry you through a lot longer than a regular bottle of water. So definitely can do that. And what's the name of Purple Pleasure's favorite electrolytes? I still have a few.
Plexus?
Plexus.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to plexus.com, everybody. Go to plexus.com and get those electrolytes. They'll really
Or
help.
reach out to Purple Pleasure and she can get them for
Yeah,
you.
reach out to Purple Pleasure. Let's do
Yeah.
that. Reach out to Purple Pleasure. I got to help your mom. I got to start mentioning
I like
her.
that. I like that. So yeah, refillable water bottles. Everybody has one. Tervis, Corksicle, Starbucks, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Buy it at Walmart, Stanley. I don't care what brand it is. Make sure to have one. I am not a fan of water. I don't drink a lot of water, but I can promise you this: when I'm in Disney, I drink a lot of water. Now, Kelly from Eyes on the Mouse, he always tells his audience that your body needs to prepare beforehand. So you need to start drinking water before you get to the parks, like 3, 4, 5 days before the parks. You need to start drinking water.
Wow.
Which is a good tip, but I never follow it. But definitely need to start doing that to see how my body would react to that. And the last thing on what to pack, again, Amazon, Target, Walmart, Five Below. Go get some Disney toys there so that you're not having to buy all this stuff when you get to the park, because it's probably twice as much, if not more than that.
Melanie Latane in chat says we purchased a Camelback for all of us, and it is the best. Awesome. Another great tip. Listen, I thought of that idea too, but I'm walking around with, a Loungefly or a Disney backpack. I don't know if they make a smaller type that could kind of stick out of your own backpack. You could just take those sips, because that'd be more like drink a little bit more. But I've changed my habits, and I'm coming to the park well watered up.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Good.
which is good, which is very, very good.
Good.
So know your body. Sharon Hecker in chat says you can fill your water bottle with something like pineapple juice, coconut water, liquid IV, anything to boost your electrolytes.
Yep. All right, so that's what to pack. Now, how are you going to get there? So, I'm a fan of travel by plane, right? From here to there, like an hour and a half. By the time I start to get uncomfortable in my seat, they're already starting to tell you to put the trays and the seat backs in the upright position. So I'm a fan of that. However, a couple things. You got to book early because prices tend to not go down as you get closer to the flight. They go up. So make sure to do that. Catherine says, you're too good for handmade button-downs. No, but the fabric sometimes is as expensive as the shirt. And then you have to make it. So there is that. I'm trying to save you some time.
Yeah, I told her absolutely, but she responded way too fast. Why'd she say boo Corey? Isn't she asking if we like the handmade button-downs that she makes?
Yeah, we love them.
I was saying, yeah, we love them.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm misinterpreting, or she's misinterpreting me.
So
USD Greg is in chat. He says driving not recommended from the West Coast.
Yes.
Yes. That'd be a little bit long.
That would be a little longer. So one other tip for that: if you're traveling with a toddler, you can take a car seat and a stroller on the plane. They do not charge you for either of those. It doesn't count as baggage or anything like that. So you can have your own stroller and your own car seat. No need to rent a stroller or car seat when you get there. And then you also have to think about, if you're traveling by air, how are you getting to Disney World? Are you going to rent a car? Uber, Lyft, now minivan is an option if you're staying at a deluxe. And then you always have Mears Connect, or there's private transportation also. We tend to go Mears Connect. I think it's $16 per adult and $12 per child, one way. Get you there safe. If you do that, you do not have to take a car seat. So that's one less thing for you to have to worry about carrying. And then you're there and you're inside the magic the whole time. And then mirrors, you can schedule them to come pick you up when you go home, which is always the saddest text alert to get when they tell you what time your mirrors is picking you up.
Yes.
Some of us are close enough to drive, right? If you drive, you have no baggage fees, and then you have more room to take popcorn and lightsabers home. So there is that option, but then you have to count in that time that it's going to cost you. We've done both, and really it just comes down to the time of the flight, whether the flight is direct. We've always taken a direct flight there. We did have to take a connection back one time, and it totally messed us up. We ended up staying in Miami overnight. And if you drive, then it's an 8 to 9 hour drive back here. So we have to factor that in. All right, where to stay? Now, Corey has stayed, as he said, in just about every resort on property. He's also stayed in a Verbo. And what about when you first came down with the family? Were you guys staying off property at all, or were you always staying in the Magic?
With the kids, we had always stayed in the Magic. Before kids, Tammy and I went down together, and the first trip we did was actually to Universal, not Disney. So I had still never gone to Disney before. It was unplanned, but we ended up going for a half a day over to Hollywood Studios. So that was off property. So I think we had a shuttle. We took a shuttle from the Clarion.
Yeah, Clarion.
So we did that. So I don't think Tammy and I have ever stayed on property before kids, but always once we had. No, I'm lying. Wait a minute now. There was a time we took the kids down. Nope, that was a non-Disney trip. Can you believe we did a non-Disney trip with the kids? I might be misremembering. If Tammy's listening, she can go in the chat. But I feel like the one I'm thinking about, the first time or second time or something, we came down with the kids. We rented like a condo that had a cool pool and everything. And we did. I think we did SeaWorld then and Universal, because I was trying to do Disney and Universal, but cost-wise, it was just not working out. So I think it was a non-Disney trip. So any Disney trips with the kids was always on property, and happy for it, And of course, unfortunately, rest in peace, the Magical Express was still in business, and we just raved about how you could just drop your bags. They take you in. You're in the bubble. You take transportation everywhere. And even those are core memories. Now and then we still take a bus because we just want to. Or it's working out that moment. Maybe the Skyliner is down and we got to take a bus to where we need to go next. If we think, hey, let's do a live stream of doing the Skyliner from point A to point B. Oh, wait a minute. It's closed down now. We're going to do the bus in the rain. Who would do that? So, yeah. But getting on the bus still to this day, to me, is a core memory, and it makes you reminisce about the vacation times that we had. Tammy says 2015 we stayed in Kissimmee.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that trip. Yeah.
So the first time that Catherine Finley, Jay, and myself went, we stayed off property. Cannot remember the name of the resort. Malia, maybe? Something like that, I think. And so then we had to rent a car. We get to the resort. I booked it. I can't remember how I booked it, but I thought it was a good deal. But then you get there and find out that there are resort fees, daily resort fees. So you have to think about that as well, because that does start to add up. And then there's some that have parking fees daily. So between resort fees and parking fees, that could be another $70 a night. At that point, I might as well stay inside the Magic. So just factor all that in. Plus, then you're talking about renting a car. Unless you find a resort that has a shuttle, those are very rare from what I have seen. And then a lot of times the shuttle is there might be 3 going and 3 coming back. And when we stayed off property this last time, we stayed at Springs, so it was like off but not off. And the shuttle coming back left Magic at like 9:30. The night's just getting started at 9:30. What?
Yeah.
No, it's not gonna work. So
That's a no-go.
no. So you gotta factor all that stuff in. So, couple other tips: book with points if you have them. So if you always stay at Marriott and you have Marriott points, book that way. Some people will do split stays where they stay off property for some and on property for some. And the resorts, especially like Disney, the resorts are where you're going to get the biggest discounts. So like this summer, so I just looked right at March of 2026. All Stars is $177. Not terrible, right? But I just booked All Star for $117 a night in July. So when, they don't make any money when there are empty hotel rooms. Okay. So that's going to be the biggest discount. So as an annual pass holder, I was getting 30 to 35% off of resort stays. So make sure if you can travel off season, go for it. Don't travel when everybody else is going. Now, Finley's in school. We don't have that luxury. So we have to travel when everybody else is traveling. But if that's the case, you just make the most of it.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite resort that you've stayed at?
Wow. Favorite resort. I would probably say.
I ask them that like I have an answer. I don't even have an answer.
Yeah, that's like me walking through the parks and somebody comes into chat and is like, "What's your favorite ride?" Okay, are we talking which park, which land?
Right.
I'll just say some of my favorites was Grand Flow. It was incredible. The Poly was another incredible one. Those are probably 2 of my top ones, and
we liked Yacht Club.
I'd probably go with those 2. I mean, Yacht Club. Yacht Club too. I mean,
Yacht
the pool's
Club
great.
is nice. But you know what it is also when people ask that, your mind immediately goes back not only to the room and the resort and the food there, but it's also the actual vacation. So like I might say Treehouse Villas because we had a great time all hanging out there, and that was the day that we did the 4-park challenge.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun. Or when we did Old Key West. So we did Old Key West. We had a 2-bedroom villa. I think there were 9 of us total. And that was a really fun vacation. It actually was the first time that Corey and I met. So in person. So there's a lot of, he talks about core memories. There's a lot of core memories there. So a lot of times that's, those memories take over, and that's what makes that the best resort.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about in the parks. So how do you save money getting to the parks? So 1, buy the tickets in advance. They're not going to be any cheaper there's people that'll ask, well, should I wait and just buy the tickets there when I get there? No, don't do that. Buy them when you can, because then at least it's out of the way. If the budget's done, that part of the budget is taken care of. There are some authorized resellers. There are not many. And we're not talking about half-price tickets and all that kind of stuff. It's going to save you a couple bucks here and there, right? But AAA, Undercover Tourist, and when I was buying tickets, and we didn't have a pass, I would get them through work. So I have couple through our benefit packages at work. We have these discount where you get discounts for resorts, hotels, car rentals, and theme park tickets. Not just Disney, but all theme park tickets. So make sure to check that stuff. Saves you a couple bucks here and there. Should you get Park Hopper? What's your answer, Corey?
I think you have to ask yourself, what kind of person are you? Because for us, we were not park hoppers going on vacation with the kids. We wanted to get to one park and just focus on that park. So you really have to ask yourself if you would want to invest in doing that. Number one, it costs more. So if you want to save money, don't park hop. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I mean, we just didn't park hop. We focused on one. So if you think you're someone who wants to park hop and you know it's going to cost you a little bit more, or split it up. Have a few days where you want to park hop and other days where you're just going to stick to one park. So if I was going out for 7 days and I want to save a little money, I'd probably say, okay, 7 days. There's 4 parks. I would, and I wanted to park hop, I'd probably spend 1 full day in each park, and then I would take maybe take a day off, and then the other 2 days park hop to do your favorite things.
So people ask this all the time, and my answer is, how often do you go to Disney? They say, oh, this is our first time. Don't get the park hopper. I don't care how long you're going. You are not a park pro. So the amount of time that you're going to spend traveling back and forth is going to just take away from your experience. You know, the back and forth could be an hour to an hour and a half, you know, getting back and forth from one park to the other. So I say, there's plenty to do in every park to fill up your day. So I would say, no, don't buy the park hopper. Now, if you do get the park hopper, it is for your entire length of stay, and it doesn't really change based on that. So, if you were going for 7 days and you wanted park hopper for 3, you're buying park hopper for. I'm starting to sound like Tina Marie. You're buying park hopper for 7 days. So,
did you say park hopper?
Yeah. So just think about that. Really depends on your type of trip. You know, now annual pass, we're annual pass holders. We get park hoppers built into that, and we really hardly use that benefit. So just think about that. The other thing you have to think about is how many days are you going. So I have people that will ask, where can I find discounted single day tickets? and I laugh every time. That doesn't exist, folks. You might be able to get from Undercover Tourist or AAA about $5 off of that ticket. That's all you're going to get. That is the least discounted item ever. So it really depends on how many days you're going for. The longer you go, the cheaper per day it is. And consider getting an annual pass. If you're going to go about 8, even if you live out of state like I do, if you're going to go about 8 days a year to the park, probably worth it to get the annual pass. Because then you're going to get free parking, discounts to the resorts, discounts to dining, and discount to merch.
Yeah, and adding to that too, if you're getting that annual pass, what I've heard from those who have done it is you end up coming again.
Oh yeah,
right. You're like, hey, dude, it's just a plane ticket in resort stay.
That's it.
I don't have to pay park tickets. I am there.
That's it. Yeah. So think about that. Now, Shirley Renee mentioned. I was going to mention it later, but she mentioned it, so I'm going to do that. If you go to Target and you have the red card, you get a discount on gift cards, including Disney gift cards, which you can then use to purchase your tickets or merch or whatever, but you're getting a discount on it there. And then the warehouses, I believe all three still have discounts, and sometimes they even put them on sale. So instead of being 5% off, it's like 10% off. So you could use that and then start putting away for that trip. And before you know it, you have $800 worth of gift cards to use. So think about those type of things also. All right.
Oh, I see this, Lawrence. Let me beat you to the punch. It's what to eat and not what to eat. So on the left, not what to eat. On the right, what to eat.
We're not playing this or that. That's a different episode.
Oh, okay.
Different episode. But of course, this is Corey's favorite part of the night. We're going to talk about food. So we mentioned about a reusable water bottle, bringing electrolytes. You can also get free ice water at every quick service station. There are water refill stations throughout each of the parks. And in Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios, you also have soda fountains that have water and ice. So just ABC Commissary, just go over there and keep filling up. Backlot Express, go over there and fill up on your water and your ice. The snacks we talked about earlier, but you can also do grocery delivery. So Amazon, Instacart, Walmart, whatever theirs is called. You can probably do Publix, I guess, too. And they will deliver to your resort. The resort will hold them. And then you can have all the water, bottled water that you need and all that kind of stuff. That's a heck of a lot cheaper than going into the store and buying a $5 bottle of water.
Yes.
This came up today, and I didn't think about this until I read it. But if you want to do character dining, if that's really important to your vacation, do a breakfast instead of lunch or dinner, because breakfast is cheaper and you still get the characters. So I hadn't thought of that. I had thought, don't do sit down dining at all. Yeah, I mean, because sit down dining is expensive. So you really have to plan out your meals there. But I'm good with, quick serve. I'm trying to think of the last time we sat down for dining. It might have been, oh gosh, what was the last? Oh, it might have been Garden Grill. I think was the last time that we sat down to eat, and that was during the 40% off for the annual pass holder. Yeah. So, any other tips on food?
Eat lots of it.
I was going to say, don't go. The tip is don't go during food and wine, because you will spend all your money.
Yeah, don't eat the Mickey ice cream sandwich. That's my tip. No, I think you covered it. I think you covered it pretty well there. Can't really think of much more. I would probably say that, listen, we've covered this in a full episode too. If anyone wants to dive into that one, you can go back and listen to it, because it's very comprehensive. But we talked about, does it pay off to come in with a dining plan, that kind of thing. One thing I think where we didn't use our dining plan correctly when we came as a family was we ended up with a whole bunch of snacks at the end of the trip. Now we're getting prepackaged gummy worms, goofy gummy worms, and things like that.
Yes.
No, don't waste your money on that. Use those daily snacks for these things. Even if it's a Mickey ice cream sandwich, use those snacks within the park. There's so many great snacks in the park that we missed out on because I was focused on, we'll get a snack when we get back to the resort, and that'll be our kind of nighttime thing before bed. I would do it differently this time. I'd bring snacks for that, and we would so take advantage of these snacks in the parks. And Gilnack didn't do it either. Neither do we. Do that, everybody.
Yeah. And, going back to the resort discounts, make sure to check the Disney website. I just looked earlier today. Next year, you have the kids get a free dining plan for the kids. There's a couple of other discounts. They don't put them out too far in advance. Right now, they run through the fall, basically. And it's like 20 to 30% off the resorts. So that's good, but keep an eye on that. Also, talking about resorts, don't forget that if you stay at a Disney resort, your check-in day, you get a free water park. So you can go to Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon. Blizzard Beach is closed right now for the season. But you can get the free water park your first day. That's like $65, I think. So take advantage of that. First day, check in, drop your luggage. If you don't know, you can drop your luggage. Even if your room isn't ready, you can get there at 10 o'clock in the morning and head right to the resort pool, head to Disney Springs, head to the water park, and luggage services will hold your luggage for you and then take them up to your room when your room is ready. So take advantage of that for sure. All right. Souvenirs. Couple tips. Set a budget for kids. They're probably going to blow the budget anyway. Set a budget for kids.
Listen, we did this. We did this.
How did that work?
We did this. Listen, if we did 3 trips with the kids, I swear we spent $1,000 on souvenirs each of the first 2 trips between the kids and us. Then a friend of mine suggested that. Do a budget for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, kids spend a lot less money when they know they have a budget.
Mm.
And I forgot what we gave the kids for a budget. $250, I don't know. Something like that. And I can just remember Jill wanting to, Jill is the one that wants to pick up everything in every store. And instead of doing that, I noticed a change. She'd pick a couple things up and I'd say, okay, well, think about it because, you have your budget. So you want to make sure you don't overspend in the first day or 2. Oh, that's true, Dad. Okay, I'm going to wait. So it works. But you got to stick to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should do that for fun. Get Finley used to this thing. Hey, Finley, you have $100 to spend, $150 to spend. Let's see how you spend it.
That's right. Yeah. Do you buy one big thing or do you wait until the end?
You know what I used to do? And I assume Tammy followed suit with me, is if we were there, we usually went to Disney for 10 days. So what we would do is for the first half a week at least, we'd hardly buy anything. I want to scout it out. I want to scout out what Magic had. I want to scout out what Epcot had. Oh, hey, what does Hollywood have? We're coming back to these parks, so let's make mental notes so we don't just buy, and then, halfway through the trip, you're like, oh, I already spent so much, and I like this thing too. Yeah, just kind of browse for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike, hello. Good to see you. Mike, another member of the Disney Streamer Network on Magic Adventures. They'll be out there in the parks soon. We spoke about this earlier. Buy Disney merch before your trip. Pin trading packs. So you can buy bulk pins online instead of paying. It says, my notes say $10 plus each in the parks. What are pins now that you're seeing? They about 10, 12?
It depends. Well, a starter pack. I think a starter pack with a lanyard and like 4. Gosh, I can't remember what those. I don't want to say $25. I'll say it's going to be a range, give or take. That's like $30, give or take, for a starter pack. But if you're looking at something like, say, the Dapper Dans, like the Disney characters have some Dapper Dan ones. There might be 4 of them on there, 4 or 5. I think it depends on what it is. But when you get a little group like that on a flat back of cardboard, $35 or so to get a starter like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just think about that. Skip the bubble wands. As I said, go get yourself some glow sticks, light up toys, bring bubbles, regular bubbles from home. And Memory Maker alternatives. Now, I am a fan of Memory Maker or PhotoPass. I think that's been one of the best investments that we've made. So we are 3 annual pass holders. Only one has to have the Memory Maker in order to use it. And then everybody that's connected as family and friends gets to scan their Magic Band, and they'll see the pictures with the watermark, but the person who has the PhotoPass can get them without the watermark, and you can download all those pictures. I think we've taken way more pictures than we ever would have, and Catherine loves the fact that then we are all in the pictures together, and it's not mom taking the pictures, of the kids with dad. It's all of us together. They'll do as many
Professionally
poses.
done.
Professionally done. They just got all brand new cameras. They'll do as many poses as you want, as many family breakdowns as you want. And they have magic shots. You're not going to get magic shots with your phone. So you have that as well. Plus you get the ride photos included in that. So make sure to take advantage of that. But there are alternatives if you don't want to get that, especially if you're doing this is a 3-day, 4-day trip. It's actually more expensive for the photo-pass for that configuration than it is for an annual pass. Annual pass, it's $99. For a 4-day trip, I think it's like $169, $179, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And, there's another way, too. Disney's kind enough to allow the cast members to hold your phone and take the photo for you at no charge.
Yep. So that's our alternative. Ask the PhotoPass photographers to take the photo for you. They'll do a great job. They're professional, and they have no problem doing that.
Yeah. As locals and annual pass holders, we stopped getting it. It used to be included in your annual pass, and then 2 or 3 years ago, when they decided to charge us $99, we gave it a long thought, and we decided not to buy it because I based it on previous years. We're taking all these pictures every day, and we're hardly ever going back and even looking at them or saving them.
Yeah.
But we're in a different boat. This is about vacations. But
right.
So if we see something funny, you'll send it to me, or something, or Greg will send it to me, or Jen W will send it, and it's just to laugh for a moment. I don't like keep them. But,
certainly think of that. If you don't want to buy the memory maker because you're only going for a short time, just ask the PhotoPass cast members. And actually, I saw on stream today on Theme Park Giant, he offered to take a picture of this family. He was going to take a picture with Neil, the piano player, and they were all kind of awkward because he's standing behind the railing and all that. So Thad offered to take the picture, and then the cast member from Casey's came over and said, "No, I got it," and they took so even regular cast members, even if they're not PhotoPass, will offer to take the picture for you. So, or you find Catherine walking by you, she'll take the picture for you, no problem. Especially if you're a group of Canadians singing the national anthem.
I don't understand when I'm all plugged in. I'm connected to a battery, long wire by my hip. I've got a gimbal. I don't have a free hand, and people come over and say, "Would you take a picture for us?" And I kind of look, and I'm like, I can't. That happened when we were waiting for Starlight the other night. Poor guy came over. He's like, "Take a picture of us and our family." I'm like, I really can't. And I've done it before, but when I'm all connected, I'm like, no. But Jacob will, so Jacob did it. But it's just a little funny for me. I'm like, why do people stop me when I'm walking, talking, streaming? Hands are full.
Yeah. USC Greg says take pictures with your phone, but don't record the fireworks shows. We have streamers for that. I'm good with that, especially if you're especially if you're gonna do this.
Oh gosh. You know what it is though? People will never stop it because they want their version. I record this.
Correct.
And I get it. So that'll never stop.
No, I get it. Here's the one I do need people to stop today. Ready?
I know what you're gonna do. Yes, please. Thank you so much. Oh my. Listen, when Shirley says I look like a pro, definitely. Yes. When I'm on Main Street and I'm trying to stream fireworks and there's a glare of lights going off on my screen and everybody's heads are illuminated around me, it's like all I can do is look back and be like, no. Don't you know? I think some people just don't know. So anybody that watched our live stream on Saturdays, did you all notice our ride in Small World? There was a lady in front of us. She must have been the mom of a younger child, and she just kept the light on her child. She turned it on and turned to the side, and she would shine it at her daughter. and she'd be laughing and smiling, and that maybe lasted about 10 seconds. Then she turned it off. About 20 seconds would go by, and then she would turn it on again, and then she would turn it off. This went on the entire ride. So I have a spotlight on my gimbal.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of it, I turned it on. She didn't even notice, but I turned it on. And then Shirley was sitting behind me. She turned on her phone too and pointed it towards the lady. And all the lady did was she just looked at me and smiled and waved, and I smiled and waved. I said, "Forget it. She's not getting it."
Mm-mm. No, your phones are pretty good, especially, I mean, I know they're called dark rides, but Small World is not the darkest of rides. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
There was one time we were in Haunted Mansion.
Dylan Collins says we asked someone to turn on their light off, and they acted like we were the biggest jerks. No, you got to respect the dark rides. You got to respect them. I do my best as a streamer to always keep my lights dim, and on most attractions sit in the very back, so that I even go to the length where let's take 2 attractions that go completely dark. Carousel of Progress goes completely dark.
Yeah.
And even though I'm in the back, I press the camera against my chest when it goes completely dark, and then take it off. Actually, Philhar Magic goes completely dark too, and I'll do the same thing. So and even Tower of Terror goes completely dark before you drop. So I'll hold that so I don't spoil, the atmosphere, the ambiance for people. Try to do my best.
Yeah, we were in Haunted Mansion one time. It was just Catherine and I, and there were these 2 girls somewhat in front of us, maybe 4 dune buggies in front of us or so, and they just kept taking pictures with the flash. And then the friend would turn her flashlight on steady so that the other one could get more light. And I'm like, it's a dark ride. It's supposed to be dark. Stop doing it.
Yes.
No flash photography, please. He says it every time. So every time you get on the ride, the narrator says, no flash photography, please.
Yes, exactly.
We spirits hate that. So, just try and do that. And again, we talked about this before. Things to buy prior. Buy your shirts, your ears, your accessories. They're cheaper outside the parks. Buy ponchos. If ponchos are your thing, don't buy.
Are you a poncho person or are you a? Figure out if you're a poncho person or are you an umbrella person. I don't think there's, it's either you're an ice cream sandwich guy or you're an ice cream bar guy. You're an umbrella person or you're a poncho person. I'm an umbrella person. I hate ponchos. I
was a poncho person. However, I did try it. Yeah. So we have rain jackets. And that, remember that last storm during, with Nick and Christina and Dianca?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had rain jackets then and umbrellas. And I thought that was a lot more comfortable than the ponchos. So I think I have now switched to the rain jacket and a poncho. Or rain jacket and an umbrella, no poncho.
Yeah, our negative experience with the ponchos for us is it runs down your poncho and it soaks the second half of your legs anyway, which is fine if you have the right footwear and you're wearing shorts, but they seem to cut off and soak the bottom quarter of your shorts.
Yeah.
And I hated that. So we quickly got rid of them.
Yeah, the rain jackets were way better than the ponchos, like Catherine said. As I mentioned earlier, portable phone chargers, power banks, comfortable walking shoes, blister pads if you tend to get blisters. Listen, if you have new shoes, you better wear them in before you get to the parks. Don't do that at the parks. That's the wrong place to try and wear in some shoes. Autograph books and Sharpies. So if you want to get signatures from the characters, make sure to get an autograph book and a Sharpie. You can order it beforehand and not have to spend the money. Make sure they prefer the larger Sharpies, and especially if they are push button or push to click open. Sharpies, the characters prefer those over the others. But as long as they're a bigger Sharpie, that's good. And then cooling towels or handheld fans for the hot days. Bug bans.
Greg's asking about bug bans. There are no bugs in Disney.
No, that's why
Disneyland.
They can't get into the bubble. There's no bugs there.
Yeah, there are no bugs in Disney. The only place I know of is if you stand really close to the water watching Luminous now and then, or if late night you're by the bushes at the entrance of Epcot. Other than that, I've never experienced any bugs, but maybe he has. The other thing quickly too, and Gilnack was talking about, Disney needs to ban putting your kids on your shoulders because it's very rude. Point blank period. Rude. Don't put kids on your shoulders. It's a health hazard, but it's allowed, and so they should just make an announcement that you can't do it. And that's it. I never did it. I'm sure you never did it. And the best I did was hold the child right here under my arm like this, so they're head level with me. Never raise them up like that. So
I never felt, comfortable putting Finley or I doubt I even did it with Jay, putting them on my shoulders to watch a show or anything like that. I just no, just not.
I've done it with the kids, but like walking around, the only place I can think of, and it's because we have photos of it, and I remember the photo is Gillette Stadium where the Patriots play. We were walking around on game day, and I had Jill up on my shoulders, I think. But other than that, no.
Dylan says, don't forget to pull your balloons down.
Yes. So we had an incident a situation where we showed up at Magic park hopping not too long ago. Y'all probably remember this on stream, and we got for showing up late for Starlight in the town square, we were able to get up on the porch and have a really good view, except for down below there was a stroller with a big balloon on it. So we had Shirley go down, and she was nice enough to kind of take it and tuck it into the stroller. But definitely,
right.
And I've seen people react around on Main Street and things like that. If someone has a balloon up, just raise the awareness of the guest and ask them if they can pull it down. And I've seen everybody understand and get those away.
Yeah. Magic Mike says, don't stand right in front of a person on a scooter. You would think that's common sense. Although
that's true, but how far away? How far? What's the acceptable length?
Yeah,
because that's a thing. Is it 6 feet or
on a stream? Yesterday I saw the opposite. I saw somebody with a scooter get right in front of a person, but then they put up their umbrella for the sun. And it was wide open. It was wide open, folks. So much room, and they just went right in front of them and then popped up their umbrella. I have to tell you about that later.
I try to do that, though. If I do see someone with a scooter, if I can move over, I will move over for that.
Yeah. So, that's kind of what we have. We thought we would cover that tonight for all of you. Kind of a topic that you can use really whenever. So whenever you're like, hey, how can I save some money at Disney? Come back to this episode later on and find some tips that are usable for you.
It's evergreen, right? So this is one that I can throw back whenever I'm live in the parks. Hey, if you're looking to save money, we have a great episode of that. So that's good. Let's talk about our sponsor. If you're looking for a home that offers the perfect blend of luxury, comfort, and convenience with Disney World in your backyard, Victor Naraki is a licensed realtor with Vision Home Real Estate, LLC, and he is here to help you find the home of your dreams. With over 15 years of experience in the Disney area home market and a proven track record of success, Victor is the perfect partner to guide you through every step of the home buying process. So why are we waiting? Go ahead to celebratingflorida.com and also subscribe to Victor's YouTube channel at Victor Naraki, all one word, to learn more about Victor's exclusive range of properties and schedule a viewing with Victor. Your dream home is just a click away.
I have another money-saving tip for you. So, Frontier Airlines, they're no frills airline, right? Them, Spirit, whatever. Well, they have a pass, a seasonal pass, $2.99
Yes.
for like, I don't know, 6 months. I'm getting it for my birthday, thanks to Catherine.
Oh, just for you?
Just for me.
Boys' day out.
So I will be in the parks a lot more often. So be prepared to see more of me in the parks.
Awesome. Love it.
Because when you're not having to pay for the ticket, I mean, at that point, I'm not paying for a park ticket. I'm not paying for a plane ticket. I just got to get to from the airport to the park and back. $32. So there might even be days where if there's something special going on, I'm there for a 7 o'clock flight, stay the day, and then leave in a 10 o'clock flight home. So we'll see how that works.
I want to see you do it. Live vicariously through you.
When is your birthday? Oh, mine? October 3rd. So it's coming up.
What's your countdown for your cruise?
Oh, goodness. We got to be less than 40 or right at 40, I think. Yeah, gotta start doing that. That's going to be a fun episode to come back and recap the cruise.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear.
Yeah.
So what's the count?
It is, come on. We'll just listen to the background music while we're waiting.
Well, I have a countdown too, and it's super long, but we are less than a year to go now. 38 days. I can beat that. I can beat it. Let me see. I'll do mine before we get out of here. Going through all the facial recognition stuff. Still thinking.
Oh, Dylan. Yeah, email me if you have something. Email me thedizpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, I'd like to check that out. I can get a code tomorrow for the credit card. Wow, $16.
Yeah, it'll be here before you know it. Both of those trips, really, because I know yours seems far away, but it's the holidays are coming up. You're going to be busy. So, football, before you know it, it'll be here.
Yeah, I mean, fantasy football is a huge hobby of mine. I'm into that so many hours every day. So there's that. The holidays are coming, like you said. And this cruise, as excited as I am about it, it's just in the background because I'm still focused on Disneyland. Like, that's first.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a smaller countdown, but we haven't booked an actual date yet. But we know it's like the first week of June. So, but 322 days to go.
There we go.
For our first Disney cruise.
Dylan says, best deal ever. They don't have Wi-Fi, but I'll take cheap flights and free bags. Absolutely. And Southwest announced that they are now doing free Wi-Fi. I can't remember when that starts. I think in October. So if you fly Southwest, you don't have to buy the Wi-Fi anymore. So
nice.
That's another nice little perk there. So
good deal.
Yeah. So hopefully that helps you. If it does, let us know in the comments. If it doesn't, let us know in the comments. If you have money-saving tips that we didn't touch on, put it in the comments. Let us know, because people will go back and look at this, and they may be able to get some help from all of you. So, yeah, make sure to pass it on. Help a friend.
Share the love.
That's right. Tomorrow is Magic.
Tomorrow is Magic.
Yes.
Tomorrow is Magic. We're at Magic. Now the times have changed. We've got Starlight at 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Happily Ever After at 9, and a 10 o'clock Starlight.
Yep.
And the park is closed. Correct.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah, so that's real interesting right there. That's really
so you had some kind of what I'll call bonus time for a little bit. You know, where you were able to make that last run to Seven Doors Mine Train, which worked out most of the time. But now they're closing.
We'll always
at
have the core memories.
That's right.
We'll always have the core memories.
That's right. So yeah, they're closing at 10 for now. We'll see. We'll see what happens on the weekend. Saturday it's 11. So, but then the following Saturday it's 10 o'clock. I don't know. Make sure to look at the app because it changes.
It does. It does. And Saturdays we are out at Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
Korean barbecue wings, Morocco wrap. Do you want to know ahead of time what I'm targeting?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. I'll make sure I'll decide and let you know. But
Okay.
those are the two things I'm targeting for sure. We got to work some desserts in there. It will be there'll be no LID family on this Saturday, on a rare Saturday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's Jacob's annual homecoming, his final homecoming. So Tammy's got to get him there and pick him up and drop him off for that. So I'm going solo. Shirley will be joining me because there's food. No, that's not the only reason. That's not the only reason. But she's been really wanting to know when I'm going again, and that's a good day to attack some foods over there.
What about the following Saturday? Where are you going to be?
Okay, you're asking me this, and I know you way too well, so you're going to be there. So, I was going to say you're going to be there, aren't you?
No. I was going to say it won't matter. Launch Bay. I was thinking if you would get to see Launch Bay before it closes, but unless you went next Wednesday, no.
Oh, okay. Undecided about the following Saturdays. Oh, wait a minute. No. We know for sure. That is, we'll be at Magic. We're going to be back at Magic because Steve Bullock is going to be there.
Oh, very, very nice. Very cool. Man, Steve's going to get to see stuff. Let me tell you something. Sharon talked about it the other night on the Zoom call. When I watch Starlight on stream and the opening to Main Street Electrical Parade plays, I still get chills. Still remember my first night getting there to see it for the dress rehearsal, your first night getting to see it in person, and us standing there with my friend Stephanie and Shirley and your whole family. Still get chills. It's that parade is one of the coolest things that they've given us in a long time.
Yep, still get the chills. Big smiles on my face. I'm just loving it each and every time. It's so colorful, and I'm just enjoying every second of that thing.
Launch Bay, I believe, closes on the 25th.
Okay. And people, don't be flooding Launch Bay area and be sad. You didn't create that many.
It's gonna be a 45-minute wait for the dance party.
Listen, you want to know one reason why I created the podcast? So I could complain. I don't like to complain in the parks when I'm live. This is when you can get on that soapbox. So come on, people. No. Don't shed tears. Don't wait in an hour and a half line to meet Chewie. Stop. Just stop.
I think that is. I'm excited for Monsters, for sure. Monsters Land. But I think Monsters Land has a little bit of negative there because we lost Muppets in order to get Monsters. Here we're losing Launch Bay to get the magic of Disney animation. That's big. Like, that is a win, folks. Believe me, that's a win. And it's happening in 1 year. It's going to be open by like September of next year.
Yeah.
That is huge. That's huge. So,
listen.
That's a win.
Yeah. I'm going to sound uneducated on purpose. Launch Bay ain't no thing. It ain't no thing. So don't act like it is.
Hey, core memory, though. Core memory in that spot for you.
Yes, and I'll remember it. That's the magic of memories.
That's right.
And yes, let me think then. Since we're visiting this, Launch Bay memories. Hey, if you all have those, comment below. I mean, after this is done, or whatever, comment in the chat too. Share with our people. But core memories for Launch Bay. The biggest one, Ashley Eckstein. If anyone doesn't know, Ashley Eckstein is the voice of Ahsoka Tano in the Clone Wars and then some. She's actually the voice of the fairy at the beginning of Starlight as well.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. She took over the stream for us when we met her and talked to our audience. There is a huge mural over there, and I guess I should probably, I don't know if we're going to be back to Hollywood before Launch Bay closes now, but I used to do all the voices I could find on that beautiful mural.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so did that. Other memories. I mean, they used to show a movie. There's a little theater in there. You ever go to it?
I don't think I've ever been there.
There's a little, and it's located when you come through the main entrance, and you kind of have to bear right a little bit, and then a left to go down and see all the models and everything. Just before that, there's a set of doors on your right. I'm sorry, on your left.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a theater in there, and they just stopped using it. Last it was used was when Rogue One was being made. There was like an update on Rogue One.
Okay.
You know, maybe it was a 15-minute video or something like that. But a lot of fun to watch that. Love going in and seeing the models in there. And there was a really cool Star Wars store in there. So, I'll say another core memory that's fun over there is they used to have Jawas walking around. And the kids could trade metal, their scraps, for whatever the Jawas had for scraps. And of course, they always had some cool stuff for scraps. So we would bring things like paper clips and things like that. And the kids would actually trade with them. I can't remember what they gave them, but they'd give them something cool. So,
nice.
Yeah, a few Launch Bay memories out there. But we're ready to get rid of that for something better.
Yeah, I think what we're getting in that spot is going to be really, really cool, for sure. I think we need to do like an episode towards the end of the season based on the updates that we're getting for next year and all that.
I thought you were going to say, like, you know, at the end of the year when you watch the Oscars, they play the sad music and you see everyone that passed away. Like,
No.
Are we going to see, black and white photo of Tom Sawyer Island and then Liberty Bell, Muppets 3D?
That is a
All
good
the
idea,
different-
though.
Yeah, right? Come on now. The things we lost in 2025.
That is a good idea.
You heard that here first, everyone. If you see it, the planning. Good stuff. All right, man.
Okay. Well, I would like to end the show, but I don't have my...
You're having too much fun?
No, well, I am, yes, but my mouse is not working, so I may not be able to end
all
the
right,
show.
we're just gonna walk off. I'm back.
I don't know how to end the show. Guys, stick with us. Hold on.
What if you just shut the computer off? Let's do that. What is he doing? I don't know. Now I have the floor. Oh my, what will I do? Well, we're gonna do some pin trading tomorrow night, everyone. We are going to I don't know if we'll hit a snack tomorrow.
Bonus episode.
Yeah, bonus, right? Welcome to the bonus episode, everybody.
While we figure out how to end the show.
Did you?
No, I think I have to plug my mouse in.
I mean, the mouse always works better when there's power. Oh, let's talk Beacon Barrel. Oh, you know what? I did not talk Beacon Barrel. I can give a quick review of that for those of you that did not see the live stream the other night. So, listen, the atmosphere, 5 out of 5 Mickeys, no problem with it. Love it. The Imagineers did an amazing job. Now, we didn't see any of the activities, the active stuff. We didn't see the bottles with the ships in it that occasionally shoot at each other.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep an ear open for something, but I don't think that, and none of that went off. And I don't think we saw Remy. The reason why I didn't like where we were sitting, it wasn't the best place to sit because we couldn't see Remy if he came out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that really happened. So anyway, overall, the atmosphere is amazing. There's a couple of little alcoves that are really cool. The food, listen, we hyped up the octopus salad. Don't get it. I mean, first time having octopus, Jacob and I. It was very chewy. There was no taste to it, in my opinion, at all. If I knew that going ahead, I probably wouldn't have had it. I was how visibly upset did I look when the tentacle wasn't hanging out of that cup?
I honestly thought I was gonna have to go to a Be Right Back screen because he was quite upset, folks, and I was like, so I was like standing here ready. Well, it's that computer, but I was ready. Like, okay, what am I gonna have to do? I think he's gonna curse this cast member.
Yeah. Then the poor cast member, he came out of character quick, and he was like, okay, he's not very happy. Yeah. But I tried to lighten it with him quickly because it's not his fault.
Right.
But for me, it was about Disney. I'm like, are you serious? I've been pumping this thing up all week. Yeah. And you can't come out with a tentacle hanging out of this thing? Like, how do we run out of those? So I was upset about that.
8.
I was.
There's 8 on every octopus. They should have had plenty.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it really did come. The reason why I paused, I was going to just tell him to take it back. But when he said there was more, there was
the actual octopus.
The real deal is the actual octopus is inside all chopped up. And I'm like, okay, all right. So we tried it. But, anybody would be upset if you're ordering something and it doesn't look like it does in the photos and you get it. You have right to question that. We did wait all day for that. So anyway, we moved on. It wasn't very good. I would not recommend that at all. But the cornbread with the chicken in the middle was really good. 5 out of 5. I got the ube. Jacob and I got both non-alcoholic drinks. We loved both of those. 5 out of 5. The chicken was 5 out of 5. I mean, how good can chips and 3 dips be? They were as good as they could be, and Shirley got that too. So besides the octopus deal, we got everything on the menu. Everything was great, but the dessert, the walk the plank, don't get that. There's no taste. And I normally don't tell you outright don't get something, but I'm telling you, it has no taste. So don't get it. Just get the drink. Just get the drink. And you want to be choosy with what you get too, because there is a time limit. And I've never felt more pressured than there. They told us the rules and what to expect before we went in. And then we sit down and the cast member waiter, who did a great job of being a pirate because they all have to act like pirates, he's explaining the rules again. And in my head, I'm going, okay, the timer is going right now, and you're telling me the same thing she did out there. And then I think the time should not start until you get your food, not as soon as you get through the door. And poor Jacob didn't even come close to finishing his drink. He was trying to eat everything, and he had to really kind of gulp it down, and that's not enjoyable. So I'm hoping the time limit goes away. So all in all, don't get the octopus. Pick one thing that you want to eat and go with that. Go with a drink, sip and enjoy the atmosphere, and the 45 minutes will be fine. We just happened to order everything on the menu and tried to review it for everybody.
So
I'll go again. We'll go again.
Yeah, that's certainly something to keep in mind, right? I mean, it's really about the drinks. I do think the 45-minute time limit will go away at some point. It's just brand new, and people have been waiting a long time for this. And as soon as reservations drop, which I don't understand how they get more reservations. Like the other day, they dropped every day in September and October. There were reservations, but there were only 2, and there were a couple that were 3. And so I found one that was 3 for Lily's Life. So they're going to be going I can't remember when it is. Next week,
Nice.
maybe. But like, what did they find? 2 stools? They were like, oh yeah, we have 2 extra stools every day. Like, it's weird. But anyway, the time limit will go away, so that'll make it a little bit better. But there is some, that you certainly have a reason to return. You didn't see a lot of the entertainment there. Plus, each booth is supposed to be based on a different pirate. So,
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So there's a story behind just about each booth that you go into. But let me also say the time limit, I don't think it started until you sat down, because I had the timer going on.
Yes, you did.
Without I didn't have it showing on the screen, but I started it right when you walked in, and we would have been done. We would have been at 0, like 2 or 3 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that beforehand. So I don't think it started until your server came. But
okay,
it's a couple minutes. At some point, I think that limit will go away.
Yeah, because we had the time limit for GO82, and I felt we had a really relaxing experience.
I don't remember time limit. There was a stated time limit at GO82?
Yeah, we had a 45, yeah.
Don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe Shirley can confirm that with me in chat. I'm pretty sure we had a time limit there, and it was very comfortable. We didn't feel rushed, But we didn't get as much food. Well, we kind of did. Catherine got something.
Yeah.
Shirley and I split a charcuterie board plus something else, I think.
But it's also a more relaxed atmosphere than the pirate atmosphere, high energy. GO82 is like smooth. So I think that mentally, changes your the time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't remember that.
Catherine says there was a time limit. Yeah, we had one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So you didn't even know.
Didn't even know. No. Nope.
Didn't even know.
No.
Am I more likely to go to GO82 again or Beacon Barrel?
I would say you would go to Beacon Barrel.
Yeah, I would say so. I don't think I'm done with it for sure. I think next time, I could go for the cornbread chicken again. And the drink was nice. And we were amazed at how cold that mug was the entire time. It was freezing. But they pack it with ice. So I next time would say, can I have, like a small amount of ice compared to what? Light ice, I guess. I'd like some light ice, please. And you might not need it because I think they freeze the mugs. So you'll be fine in the span of 45 minutes. So yeah, I'd like to go back and relax and kind of take it all in again. We got to sit, then they will sit you with others, and they sat us with a young lady, and I pulled her right into the stream, and she had fun. She texted her friends that she was on, and she went right into a food review or a drink review for us for the margarita. She was great.
I thought that was weird though. Like when you guys got there and she was there, I'm like, she's sitting at this big old booth by herself. I wonder for how long in her head did she go, I got this whole booth to myself. Like, no, sorry, that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, so I wanted to move to make her feel real comfortable right away, and it's good that she was open to it, and we had a good time. We had a good time. I mean, she and I talked like we were old friends.
Yeah.
We had a good time. So she was a good sport, but she left, and then they sat a couple next to us, and they were a little bit snooty. They were a little snooty over there. She had Disneyland gear on, and I'm like, oh, you from the land? No, we just prefer it. Well, excuse me, you're in Disney World right now. And then we hear boom, 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 because when you're away from the music of Happily Ever After, and you're even if you're in the outside queue at Mine Train, you hear boom, 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 boom. It just the sound echoes through, and one of us said, "Ooh, the fireworks started." She goes, "Yeah, that's Happily Ever After." And I looked around. Thanks, lady. Like,
you want me to sing it for you?
Is it? Yeah. Oh, is it?
And meanwhile, in Corey's head, he's standing behind the castle, knowing which way to turn to catch them all. Yes, we are aware. We ate at what is the name of Beauty and the Beast? dinner?
Oh, why would we both go blank at the same time? What kind of hosts are we? What kind of Disney people are we?
Cinderella's Royal Table, and somebody in chat's going to get it before we do. Anyway, we were eating there, and we had a late reservation, and we could hear, and it's loud, like especially that far back, because that's where all the big ones are. It is loud. Beauty and the Beast. Oh man, this is riveting content, folks.
There. I know, this is the bonus stuff right here. One last thing I'll say is when we're talking about people like that, and this guy was just trying to be helpful, but when you know your stuff. So I'm behind the castle the other night, and I happily ever after starts, and I got the camera facing the castle because the first fireworks are at the castle. And the guy next to me goes, "Oh, the fireworks are going to be over here, behind the castle." I'm streaming this. Like, it's not my first time. I'm like, no, they're going to be over here too. He's like, oh, well, they're going to be over there. Wouldn't you know, that guy studied me the entire show and was turning when I turned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would turn to the back and then I'd flip over to the side and he'd look at me and then he'd look over to the side and he's like, oh, who knows what he was thinking at that point.
Yeah.
He's probably thinking, I probably shouldn't have told him that.
Yeah, we got this. We got this.
Oh, yeah. Be our guest, of course.
Be our guest. Yeah. I should have just started singing in my head and I would have figured it out.
Do you know how to end this thing yet?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I can put up comments. It's working again now. So
there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Again, if you're listening live, watching live right now, we are live tomorrow at Magic Kingdom. So definitely check that out. Head over there and hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button on there, we'll do another goal to open up another mystery Disney pin pack. I think that's been going very well, and it's been a lot of fun. And we are going after the mugs. We're going after the pin mugs right now. I used to collect mugs. Now I collect pins. Tomorrow, we're going to pursue some more pin mugs. So,
Sharon, I would have just went outside and pulled the internet wire from the main box. Just kill the whole thing.
That's right. Magical Mike says, mic drop. Oh, we love you too, Michelle.
None of this will be on the audio podcast, by the way. This is a true benefit, to all of you watching on YouTube.
Yeah, you're really watching a live recording of this. It doesn't go out completely like this on Spotify and all those Apple Music and Amazon and iHeartRadio. So, yeah. Ian says, as usual, great DIZPod, gentlemen. So we'll be chasing the Disney character mug pin set 2, 4, 6, 7. We have 7 out of 16 already. So I'm thinking, let's see what the next pack gives us, and we'll decide if we need to buy one more or we trade those doubles. Epcot's going to be fun. If you think about Epcot coming up, well, you were so still, you weren't even moving. I'm like, is he frozen? Are you Elsa? We have enough ammo to listen. This is going to be my goal. When we go to Epcot on Saturdays, there's a big trading hub there, and I have more ammo this time. Like, we have one popsicle, one more ice cream to get. We have one more. Is it one more trash can? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 4. It's only a minimal amount of trash cans we need left, and we may only need just a few of the mugs. So let's see what we can complete on Saturdays as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. All right, let's end this thing.
All right.
Thank you all for being here, everyone. I hope this episode was helpful and educational. And until then, we're just a couple of bros talking Disney.
Good night, everybody.
DIZPod, where the magic's here to stay.